Coming right up is Indy News number 88, an all-image update. And in it, we have stories on the return of Black Kiss from Howard Chaykin. Also, we have stories on the Saga. We have stories on Brutal. We have stories on Album. Those are actual titles coming from Image, folks. We also have a new book called The Manhattan Projects with a drunk Einstein in it. No kidding. The 2011 pilot season lineup of books. They're going to make a series of, they're going to do a mini-series based on a very popular TV series, which sounds absolutely asinine. And the return of the baby who was shot into space and went to another planet to become the hero of that world. All that and more coming right up.
Nobody has more independent spirit than Bone Comic Book Man.
Hey, you can't accuse us of not trying. Independent Comic Book News, episode 88, A Crinkle in Time.
Are we perfect? Are we pretty?
Oh, perfect.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
Indy News.
Indy News number 88, which is an all-image update. And this image update is coming to you from Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all my new Image comics are always 15% off every day for everyone. Doesn't matter what they are. If they're Image, they're 15% off every day for everyone. No exceptions. If it's Image, it's 15% off. Of course, all my other Indies and my DCs and Marvels are 15% off too.
Oh.
But we're talking about Image here. Speaking of which, our first story up involves... I can't believe they're making a comic out of this.
Yes,
how do you make a comic out of this?
It's easy, baby.
They're making a comic out of the TV series MacGyver.
Yes.
Oh, it'll be fascinating watching him build atomic reactors out of buttons.
Shoes and buttons.
In a comic.
TV series creator David Zlotoff,
Yes.
Becky Cloonan, and Tony Lee, they're teaming up to do a MacGyver limited series for Image.
Yeah.
And
Great.
He came to Image with the idea, and they went, what the hell, let's try it.
What the hell? What the hell?
I'm assuming they'll have a bunch of celebrity covers.
Howard Chaykin's Black Kiss, which if you never read Black Kiss,
Oh, you're missing
you're in
out,
for a
boys
big
and
surprise. Read it from start to finish. Read it from start to finish. Don't skip ahead.
No.
Don't skip
No,
ahead.
don't skip
Read it from start to finish because you'll be a big surprise when you get near the end.
Is that the,
But anyway, yes, it is. Howard Chaykin's Black Kiss, though, is what?
It's coming back.
Ah, baby.
Chaykin's going to do a
Now, is this a reprint?
No, it's a 6-issue prequel to the original series for Image in 2012. The series will delve into the history of movie star Beverly Grove, who happens to be a succubus, an immortal. And it'll show all the people she's hanging out with. Chaykin said, yes, it is a prequel to the entire thing, but it will not be called Black Kiss Volume 2.
I wrote a succubus once.
See? But it's coming back.
Okay.
He's drawing it right now.
You know what's the best thing in comic books? Sagas are the best thing in comic books. You can't have enough sagas in comics.
sagas are incredible.
And Brian K. Vaughan feels exactly the same way I do about that.
Yeah, because he hasn't done an ongoing comic
Great
since
minds.
the end of Y the Last Man, but he's doing a book for Image called Saga. It's a science fiction series that he co-created. It'll be drawn by Final Staples, and it involves a family in space,
What the?
or a family. Actually, a family on Earth, which has really been screwed up by something.
So it's like Lost in Space?
It's not lost. They're not lost in space. They're planet bound, but it's about a family.
Okay.
So he's back. He's doing comics.
It's about a family on Earth, not in space.
Well, Earth is in space, technically. So
Earth-
technically, you could say
We are living in space.
we are living in space. Right
We are
now.
stardust. We are immortal.
Yeah.
It could be
We
like-
are...
It could be like the Brady Bunch.
It
have
could
nothing
be.
to do with
You
it.
never know. Could be. Could be Office Space.
I'm gonna have to keep
You
an
can
eye
all,
on that
you can all have
stuff.
red staples.
Frank Joe knows a little something about stardust. I don't know what that means. I just pulled it out of my
Drawing
ass.
big-breasted
Frank Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, that's stardust to me,
Yeah,
baby. He's doing a book called Brutal, which is about a woman named...
Stone.
Stone.
Now, we talked about this. We talked about this in an earlier update, but we got more info on this thing. Shows and Joe Keating, who works for a whole bunch of people. It's about a woman named Stone. She's a mysterious assassin. She's paid to kill people with superpowers, but every time she kills someone with superpowers, she gets more powers on her own.
So she absorbs the powers
She
that
she
of the
absorbs.
person
No,
she
she
kills?
doesn't absorb the powers of the person she kills. Her abilities become more and more enhanced, and the plan for this is for the two of them to do a series of limited series, because they said, well, we can't do this as a monthly. But we can do 6 issues here. Then Joe can go off and do whatever he wants to do at Marvel, because it's the only other people he wants to work for. Then he can come back and do this. Then he can bounce back and forth.
So far in this broadcast, we've talked about the new comic book series, Saga, Brutal, MacGyver, and in keeping with one-word titles.
Yes.
We now have a series called
Album.
Album.
Walking
A
Dead.
lot of work went into the thought processes behind these titles.
Walking Dead's team of Robert Kirkman and Charlie Adler are going to be doing a series of 60-page graphic novels, which will be called Album.
Album, just album.
The books will come out every 18 months, and the first one's called Passenger.
Every 18 months.
Well, they're
I'm not going to live long enough to watch it and look at all these.
But you know, they're not connected. They're individual stories.
It has to be.
Right. You know, I mean,
forgot I wrote
nobody's
it.
going to wait 18 months for a conclusion.
I wrote it.
Right. He's like, I don't even know.
So
what
it's
the hell-
like so it's like Superman Earth 1
Yes, it's like Superman Earth 1
or Batman Earth 1.
or Batman Earth 1. And you can see Batman Earth 1 next year. They say
Yeah.
they're working on the thing.
Who's working on it?
Jeff Johns.
Okay. Well,
Sure.
You're the one that smells the chili, right?
No, that was Batman Year 1. No, this is part of the Superman Year 1 thing. This is
Earth
Jeff,
1. Earth 1.
Yeah, this
Not
is
Year 1.
Yeah, this
Earth
is
1.
Jeff Johns and I forget his name.
But anyway, this is in Image
It's another
News.
it's
Image
another
News.
company altogether.
Image News.
That's a new series, Digress.
Yes.
Jonathan Ross is doing a book called
Home Life. Which
2 words.
No, that's together.
Home Life.
Home Life.
Home life.
Not Home Life. Home Life.
It involves a baby from Earth sent to another planet.
Where have I heard that before?
Well, it's a reverse. Superman came here. This baby goes there. It'll be drawn by
As weak as a kid.
it'll be drawn by a Marvel artist.
Superman came to Earth as a baby to begin with. What are you talking about? What a reverse.
So now you get a baby.
Oh,
on
you're
Earth.
shooting him off from Earth
He's shooting him off from Earth.
Oh,
He's going
okay.
somewhere else.
to Krypton.
Yes.
And then the planet blows up.
Right.
Ha ha!
And
Green sun.
Ross and Tommy Lee Edwards also officially announced their comic about the old superheroes in an old folks' home helping their kids out. That's going to be coming next year too. Golden Age, the Golden Age.
Manhattan Project. The Manhattan Project was the name of the project that created the atom bomb during World War II. Robert Oppenheimer was the physicist who worked on the Manhattan Project, along with hundreds of other people from around the country. And guess who's doing a comic book on it?
Jonathan Hickman and Nikki Pitara, the guys who give you Red Star. Their next project is called the Manhattan Projects. It'll star, of course, scientist Robert Oppenheimer and a drunken Albert Einstein.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Make Einstein a drunk. What did Einstein ever do to you? Besides give you E equals MC squared. And
Maybe he was drunk
and
when he
the
came up
bomb.
with the idea.
Issue 3, Wolverine shows up.
Hickman and Ryan Bodenham will also do a corporate espionage story called Secret. So Hickman's doing what? Like he's doing 3 monthly books at Marvel.
Yeah.
And he's doing 3 or 4 books over at Image. So he's a very busy guy.
Something's going to be late.
Well, no. The thing about that is Hickman stuff's never really late.
Oh, there's a first
Well,
for
no,
everything.
okay.
You start stretching yourself real thin. Oh, that's when that begins.
Well,
Quality sometimes suffers.
well, I mean, all he has to do is lay out the story and write the thing, and the artist has to draw it. Now, if the artist is late, that's not Hickman's fault. That's the artist's fault.
Yeah.
So, and Bodenheim has never really developed a rep in his short career as being a late guy. And Pitara worked on Red Star, so that's like a 4-issue limited series. I don't think it's gonna be a hard time getting the thing out there. So.
And our last story up involves Top Cow and the upcoming pilot series group of books.
Yeah, this year's pilot season
They're doing one.
involves.
They're doing one.
It involves the test from Joshua Falakov and Rakhan Etikal. Rakhan Etikal. He's a new
Rock on.
The Beauty from Jeremy
Rock on.
Hahn and Jason Hurley. Flesh Digger from Shannon Denton, Brad Keenan and Alex Sanchez. City of Refuge from Morgan Full and Dennis Calero. Misdirection from Philip Sebick and Chris DeBari.
Yeah.
The Theory of Everything from Dan Casey and Chamek Nachili.
What?
Okay.
Anonymous from Alan
Anonymous.
McElroy. Anonymous.
Yeah.
And the biggest surprise of all, Seraph, which will be
Seraph.
written by Chicago Bears linebacker
Bear down!
Lance
Chicago
Briggs.
Bears!
Lance Briggs is a big comic fan, and,
Yes,
and he's doing an actual comic book now.
Oh, I'm a big fan of brain surgery. I'm going over to Christ Hospital and
Well.
perform one tonight. They say, comic book man, we know you're a big fan of brain surgery. We got one scheduled for tonight. Why don't you come over and do
Why wait? Do mine now.
But yeah, Lance Briggs is going to do the book. Phil Hester's going to help him out, and Jose Luis is going to do it. But that's this year's pilot season book.
So Lance Briggs likes comic books, so they're letting him write a comic book.
Yep.
Can he put 6 words together to make a sentence?
Yes.
Well, okay then.
Yep. Lance Briggs has popped up on
Dumb guy.
Lance Briggs has popped up on a bunch of comic panels
Yeah.
specifically for the folks over
He goes to stores and stuff.
he goes to stores and stuff and buys stuff. Yeah, he's a huge comic fan. He was on the cover of The Darkness one issue because they do a special variant cover with him on it. So he's a big comic fan.
Beware his wrath, comic book man.
Beware comic book man's wrath!
He knows where you live.
Like crap, lightning, and shit thunder, or whatever the hell
I
it
think that's what it is.
Eat lightning and crap thunder.
That's it! That's it! We're done. We're finished right here. We got no more
Sure,
image
Mickey?
news. But you can go to the store's website and you can check out all of the image news that this man sends me that I post up. And where's it at? Where's it at? Tell him.
Sarah knows all this stuff.
Wake up, comic book man. It's www.myalternatereality.com.
So stop off the store's website and check out all of his news that he sends me that I post up for Image and all indie comics. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man
This is Bo.
saying, bear down, Chicago Bears!
Hi, Lance.
Hi. Bye!
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.